Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Affair on Poplar Lane. Thank you very much for joining us. Before we go round, I have a few short announcements. Please check out these, our social links. There you can find our Discord, Twitter, and YouTube, where you can find all of our latest things, all our latest videos, and get in touch with us and our community. Also, please check out our sponsors. We are sponsored by Mageham Press. Mageham Press created the Dark Matter system for 5e. Also, a whole bunch of systems, High Seas, Weird West. They've got Insomnia, which is like, I might not even be supposed to be able to talk about that, so like it's like super new, so be excited for that. And also check out our other sponsor. Oh, and you get we have a special code there as well for Mageham Press. It's MHP Scrat. Use that on their store. Not only do you let them know that I am a reliable person to sponsor, you also get 15% discount. Also, check out the Deck of Many. The Deck of Many are our latest sponsor, and you probably almost certainly know the Deck of Many things. They also have the Deck of Many NPCs, the Deck of Many monsters, and most recently the Deck of Many animated spell cards, which are spell cards which actually cast as you cast cards. So go and check them out. Oh, we have a tweet. Go and retweet the tweet. And let all your friends know that you are where you are and what you're watching. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, Jordan can't be with us today. I'll give Jordan a quick shout out before we go round. Jordan can be found at Sassy with Sander, and she is also a part of the cast of the Fate and the Fable Maidens squad, and she does lots of interesting stuff. Go and follow her Twitter and see all of her things. Hey Jay, how you doing?
I am thriving, Scrat. Yeah, I'm doing really well. I'm super excited for tonight's episode. I am Jay, or Jagon's Gold, and yeah, things are about to get wild. 4 episodes left. Like, let's pick up the pace. Let's go.
I'm so ready. I'm so ready.
Oh, right. And I forgot I get to do the thing where we go around.
Yeah, by all means.
I mean, I have to do that because it's like such an honor, and I have to take advantage of that.
I'm so happy.
So I don't have Twitch open. So based on Zoom, let's go to Matt. How you doing, Matt?
Hello, my name is Matt. I'm a filmmaker. I stream over at the Ascension Stories channel. Actually, Sarah and I, this month, with it being October, we were doing based off of like donation rewards and stuff. We are now up to over 7 days of Halloween, like cosplay, costume, and makeup days. So we're doing that this month. But today I'm playing Benjamin Jackson here on Poplar Lane. Well, kind of above Poplar Lane today, but you know, we'll get into that here in a second.
Also, can we just give Matt a round of applause for his beautiful background decor, very much setting the Halloween spirit.
Thank you. Sarah actually decorated all of it herself. I took a managerial role on that activity.
Well, round of applause for Sarah then.
Yeah.
As we continue our rotation, let's move on over to Kai. How you doing, Kai?
Hi, I'm doing great. I don't have a big resume. I just yell on Twitter. That's sort of what I do. And tonight I will be playing James Handley, and I'm very excited for what's going to happen. You make me very curious, Jay.
Listen, I hope that I'm not setting the bar too high, lest I disappoint. I don't think I will, though, TBH. And then last but not least, we have Scrat.
Hi, Daniel Kensington, entrepreneurial, no, that's a lie. Entrepreneurial pilot, I suppose, is the best way to put it, though it's a bit shady. Most recently, I've taken up the hobbies of treating my wife well and cooking. It's been an education, honestly. Oh, and we're flying at the minute, which is, you know, honestly just the best place to be.
Yeah, you're definitely flying. Where last week we ended in an interesting situation where we had James sitting by his home computer hacking into the police database. Meanwhile, Benjamin and Daniel are high in the sky flying over Poplar Lane in Daniel's biplane, trying to get like a good scope aerial view of the lane. But we're gonna actually start with James today. We're gonna start with James, and we ended with you using an investigation ability to hack into the police records. If I remember correctly, you wanted to look closer into Susana.
Yeah, I was actually running by most of the inhabitants of Poplar Lane, but I was definitely starting with Susana.
Awesome. Okay. So, when you hack into the police database, you see a lot of red at first. Like a lot of stuff that clearly has been covered up. But nothing too severe. You see a series of postponements for inspections on properties that she owns. You could see the list of properties that she owns. She owns a place called Putter's Palace. She owns a bunch of undeveloped real estate in nearby woods. She also owns a strip mall that happens to also be where Linda's parents' Jewish deli is located. But you can see that these postponements are specifically for this Putter's Palace place. And after doing a little bit more just like simple Google searches, you find that Putter's Palace is a local mini golf center. It seems to be all the rage right now, but it seems that for nearly the last decade, she had been getting this Officer McKinley, who's signing off on the bottom of all these postponements, to not have this mini golf place inspected. It seems about 6 months ago, the Department of Inspections, they stepped in and they had they set a mandatory date shortly after that. And that also seems to be around the same time that Susana announced her campaign for town council. It also seems that there's more to her record, but this stuff has actually, they have layers of security. So this was kind of like the more surface level of her records, but there seems to be more if you wanted to look a little bit deeper.
I would like to, actually.
Okay, so if you oh, sorry, what was that?
Do you need me to use an actual investigation point for that? Because I will.
Yeah, you can use another investigation point to have pretty much an auto success.
Yeah, then I guess I will.
So what's the skill that you're using?
I'm using the skill hacking.
Right, hacking. Okay. So so when you look a little bit deeper, there seems to be like a period where there's not much record between her buying all of these properties and her former life when she was in high school. Actually, it seems around when she was probably around the age of 16. There's a report of her breaking and entering, but the charges were dropped. It seems that, so from the police report, it says that she came from a poor family, lived in a low income area of town that you would actually recognize. She's lived in the same town her whole life, but definitely a poorer area. And she had good grades in school, but when she was 16, she broke into a woman's house, someone wealthy, and those charges were dropped. And it's easy to find the person whose house she broke into was in fact Miss Robinson. And it's unclear why the charges were dropped, but That's what you can find on Susana.
I'm guessing there is very little, if not anything, to find on Mrs. Robinson.
Do you want to try to see if you can find something?
I think he wants to. I think he wants to try to at least scope her out a little bit. He doesn't expect to be to find much, but he's just gonna.
Yeah. You can. This one you can either, if you want to, you can use an investigation ability, or you can roll for infiltration.
I'm looking at my skill set right now.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my infiltration one? Do I have that? Oh, I have that. I think I'll roll infiltration. Oh.
Okay. That just about does it. And you're able to also hack into Miss Robinson's files. You see at first there's not really much there in terms of a criminal record, at least not that you can find. But you're able to tap into like public records and more just like records from the township and other sources of information to find out a little bit more about her. And it becomes, you're able to start piecing together a story. You find a marriage certificate, you find a death certificate, you find or not adoption certificate. Well, you find something related to adoption. We'll get to in a second. But you piece together this story, and you're able to come to this conclusion by putting together this timeline that she seemed to have been married when she was of a pretty young age, and eventually had a daughter with the man she was married to. It actually doesn't have a name listed for this daughter because she was apparently adopted upon birth. It was a closed adoption, so she never had a relationship with this daughter apparently. But shortly after that, her husband had died, and years later, not many years later, maybe 5 years later, there's records that she had another child with an unknown father. It seems like she didn't even know who the father was, and there's nothing between then and age 16 for this son, when he legally emancipated himself. The name listed for the son is Peter Robinson. And that's pretty much all you're able to really find on Miss Robinson.
Mm-hmm. Peter?
It says Peter Robinson.
Not Reese.
But I don't know any of this stuff. I'm in a plane.
Yeah, you're on a plane. You're up in the air, mate.
Yeah. It says Peter Robinson, who legally emancipated himself at age 16.
That's quite a lot. I think James is also very surprised, and I think he decides to get out of the system after that, trying to leave little traces, so to speak.
Okay, can you roll Can you roll a unobtrusiveness just to see if you leave any like traces that could potentially lead back to you?
Wait, no, I forgot something. It makes no sense that he would do that because he would like to see if there's anything on Linda, on the incident.
Okay, so when you yes, you are definitely able to make an attempt to hack into Linda's files as well. You can make another what was it? Infiltration.
All right. Let's see. Oh, that's a 5. Oh, thank you.
Okay. So you can hack into Linda's files. Of course, right at the top, there's reports about her recent death. And there's the coroner's report, and you can see that her death was due to blunt force trauma. And besides that, she seems to have been in good health. They tested her blood, and there was nothing too wrong with it. It showed that her adrenaline levels were raised, but they are not surprised by that fact, considering her death of falling downstairs. It wouldn't be so unusual for her adrenaline levels to be elevated. Besides that, and so it seemed there was no further investigation. There's just the coroner's report because there was no reason to suspect otherwise. She fell down the stairs and bumped her head and died. But there is a little bit of, if you go back into those same systems that you were using to look further into Miss Robinson, town hall records and whatnot, you can find out a little bit more about her. You do see that she was adopted by this family that owned this family that owns the deli that you saw at the funeral, or rather the Shiva, and it seemed like she had a quiet life aside from that. Nothing unusual whatsoever.
All right. Then I think after that he's gonna get out of there.
Okay. So at this point you can make that unobtrusiveness roll.
Yes, I'll try. All these skills I have no points in. Ooh.
Okay. You exit the database and you feel pretty confident that no one can track your activities, and that no one will find out that you were hacking into this database. With that, I think we're gonna hop on over to Daniel and Benjamin, who are high in the sky, flying over Poplar Lane. There was a little bit of a scare as the plane started doing all kinds of weird maneuvers, turtling and whatnot, but you managed to even out and get a good look at the lane. And I'm pretty sure you even used an investigation ability to like something related to surveillance. So I think you got a pretty good look.
Yeah.
Right? And so at first you look down and it seems really normal, but you noticed again, much like the night before, that the lane seems a little empty. It's the middle of the day, like sometimes, people go off to work, but a lot of people on the lane tend to stay on the lane, and there's less cars than you're used to. You look around, you look at the surrounding areas, and you see the destroyed community center. It looks like a mess, but a little further back, in a wooded area that no one really ever thought of, it's one of those areas that seems to sit between neighborhoods, that kind of thing. you assume that at some point it was going to be cleared and turned into real estate, suburban homes, but it's just for now it's been preserved as this wooded area. You can see that there's a little clearing, and you can fly on a little bit closer to that area, and you see someone digging. You see someone digging a hole, and
are they using like a backhoe, or are they like a shovel kind of situation?
It's a shovel. Yeah, they're effectively like digging into the ground, like they're in like a little bit of a ditch, something of a ditch, and you also notice that there's a couple of cars that are driving down a weird road that you didn't even really know existed, and you see them, and it's kind of heading in this direction towards the woods.
Do I recognize those cars?
It's pretty hard to see because this is a wooded area, so the branches are kind of over hiding the road a little bit, but you can roll surveillance to see if you can identify any of the cars.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I got a 0 in that. Also, I'll draw Daniel's attention to it. Hey! You're muted, bro.
You're muted.
I can't hear you. The wind's too loud.
I've got like one investigation point that I was donated like really early in the season. Can I gift that to Benji for this check?
The anticipation.
Okay, it seems everything on my internet was fine except for Zoom. And I know why. It's because I've still got my settings set up for video game output. So hang on a minute. Let me just change my bit rate to 1/3 of what it was. And now we shouldn't have that problem again. What did you all say just then?
So you're gifting an investigation ability point. So like what ability would that be in?
I don't know. I've just got a 1 next to my name that I've had there for like the whole season.
Oh, no. Yeah, the advantage or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like,
so that would go to like a general ability, I guess.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I'll
So
just
you can add that.
Yeah.
Right.
You're doing rather well, Benji. You seem to have it now, and you've got it about. Oh, hey, we're even in Poplar Lane, aren't we?
Right. Yes. So I'm gonna see if I can see anything I recognize about any of these cars. So like starting with color, of course, but like even like make and not make and model, but like that looks like a Camaro, or I don't know what do rich people drive. I don't know. 2 5s.
Very good. You can identify 2 of the cars, but there's more than 2 cars. One of the cars seems to be a police vehicle, and the other car seems to be Susana Romano's. But there are other cars too. But you can't make those out. They just bad timing, shadows, planes moving at a weird angle.
Daniel, do you think we can land down there?
In the woods? No. We need an open field.
How
It's a
open?
small clearing, by the way. Like the clearing that you saw is pretty small.
Where's the closest place we can land?
Well, the airfield really is the best place. I mean, I suppose we could
Okay.
land somewhere else, but really you need an open field because we need to get in line with the wind on these old birds.
Got it. Okay. Well, I think we should hurry because I think the police and Miss Romano killed that kid that destroyed the community center, and they're burying him now.
I look down.
Yeah, I mean, you can see very, pretty much what Benjamin saw, except, yeah, but you can't put faces. Like, you can't. You're too high up to really get any faces or body shapes or anything. It's everyone's ants. So, but you see someone that's digging a hole.
I say, Benji, do you think you could remember whereabouts in the wood that is?
Yes, perfectly.
Well, look, let's not turn up on them while they're in the act. Let's go and have a look later on. Maybe when it gets dark. First
Okay.
turned earth should be pretty easy to find, I imagine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, look, I'll take control and get us back to the airfield.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, you can easily do that because you're a very experienced pilot.
I just wanted to make plane noises.
Damn it. Coffee in my pants, bro.
Nailed it.
Now you guys have you guys are a little messy, you know. You had
We
a little
are
bit of a
now.
messy flight after I mean after last week, you know, there was
Oh yeah, you made me throw up everywhere.
Yeah, I did.
so
Yeah.
you guys smell pretty bad. When Helen sees you, she's a little disgusted. Oh, you two are a mess. We should clean you two up. Let's head home. I'm not
Helen.
sure
It's really good to see you again. Would you like a hug?
No. I want like 5 feet distance, please.
All right.
And again, I'll toss Benji. I've forgotten what you guys call it. I'll toss him a chamois leather, and
Towel.
essentially, I'll just put the plane away in the hangar, and I'll be right with you. Fire up the Mercedes.
Yes, you're sitting in the back seat, Daniel, with Benjamin.
Yeah.
So,
Let's take my shirt
I mean, actually, this is like that's very appropriate considering.
It's the
You know,
first
so-
time.
Yeah, so I don't think anyone's judging you for taking your shirt off. But
There's another shirtless scene. Got it.
is there a tally?
There is, yeah.
There is. Yeah, we are up to 6 shirtless scenes so far in the season.
It's impressive. You guys never.
Yeah, mostly, I must admit, mostly pioneered by Benji.
Isn't it all Benji?
Pretty much. I'm fairly sure. In fact, yeah.
How's it really?
I think so. Yeah. I think there might be one.
Yes.
James was shirtless at some point.
No.
I feel like
No. I
maybe somebody
distinctly
James was
haven't been.
with.
No. It's been you, bro.
What about the pool boy? I guess.
Oh, the
yeah.
pool boy
pool
might
boy.
have been. Yeah, we might have had
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
So still mostly pioneered by Benji.
I'm an explorer. What can I say?
Yeah, you're valid. You know. I support you.
Very good. Yeah, you guys never fail to
Take your
amaze
clothes
me.
off.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Yep. And so you can put your.
I can put my what?
Oh no, this time it's Jay, because this time it's just
Yeah.
just you guys, just Jay that's frozen. I got worried it was me again. I was like looking at my bit rate, like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah, because when I'm playing video games, like obviously because you've got so much traffic coming through Zoom, I usually have my bitrate a lot lower for TTRPG games than for video games because there's a lot less moving on the screen as well. That's what caused that a little while ago. I mean, if Jay's internet's dropped, she usually reappears on her phone after a couple of minutes. We might need to do a little bit of a camera reshuffle, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there she goes. As I reshuffle. I mean, I think we could maybe orchestrate some more scenes, you know?
These shirtless scenes, you mean?
Yeah, I think we could find our way to doing it. Oh. I like split map. Well.
What does that mean?
More map to go around. What?
Hey, there's plenty of this, baby.
Welcome back.
Hate my internet. I hate it. I hate it. Okay, but we're here.
We're here.
Yes.
And it's okay. We enjoyed split map whilst you were away. That sounds like a band name.
I thought it was a program.
Thought it was a position.
Oh.
What was I trying to say about what I could do with my something? Was where he left off. Yeah, so you can take your something.
Oh, yeah. You can hop in the Mercedes, head back towards the lane. As you are heading back down Poplar Lane. You know, you'd think I'd be more familiar with the different abilities that we have right now. Can you can both of you make sense trouble rolls?
Sense trouble?
Yep.
I can, as I hurriedly open my character sheet.
Right.
I'm not sure that I took anything in sense trouble.
I'm
I
going to
didn't.
add one to it. It's going to be a D6 plus 1. 7 total.
I don't have any advantages left. I do have a disadvantage that you can call on me at any time, Jay. A free.
Keep that in mind. And okay. So Benji, as Helen turns the car onto the lane, you get a glimpse down towards the end of the cul-de-sac, and you can see Miss Robinson with her purse, and you know she looks cute. She has a little hat on, and she is heading towards her car without her boy. And it's odd because you haven't seen her go anywhere without her boy in a long time.
What is her demeanor?
She
like in a hurry? Does she seem like she's going to the grocery store, like just kind of nothing? Or
she seems like she has other things on her mind. Like she seems a little distracted. Like she's not like, you know, she's going somewhere. She's got somewhere to be.
Okay. Yo, Daniel. I'm gonna slap him.
Yes.
Check it out over there. I think Mrs. Robinson might be
Benji.
in on the killing of that guy.
Did you just flex at me? Oh no, you're telling me to. I see. I thought you meant like check these out. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, it's just Mrs. Robinson walking about without a pool boy. I mean, that's all right, isn't it?
I just want to
Maybe.
clarify for Benjamin that since it was a sense trouble, like you know, like something seems wrong about it.
Right. No. It's odd this time. Like she, I think, I don't know what I think really, but it ain't right.
Well, we're certainly racking up the things to investigate at the minute. What do you think, Helen?
I think that right now we know. I mean, would you guys have told Helen about what you guys saw in the sky? Okay. I think that we know that there seems to be a gathering of people, and we know that Miss Robinson has been just as shady as everyone else on this lane.
That's true.
And she's without her pool boy, which seems that much more shady. I don't see why we should rule this out as something to perhaps look closer into.
Well, hey, we have an extra seat, and her walking alone, that's mighty dangerous, isn't it? Maybe we should offer her a ride.
Yeah.
Listen, you guys are the smooth talkers, so I'll leave that to you.
I'll are these automatic? These are automatic doors or windows, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna crank it. Okay, so I roll the window down.
And Helen pulls around in front of Miss Robinson's house.
Hey, BB. Do you need a ride?
Oh, God.
Okay, can you make another, or can you make another sense trouble roll?
Okay. I'm gonna put another point in it. It's a 5 total this time.
Okay. Yeah, you could see when the car starts to pull around the cul-de-sac and you start rolling down the window, her hand moves towards her purse and she looks kind of like she's like having like a visceral reaction, but then once she sees your eyes, she relaxes a little bit and puts her hand back down by her side. Oh, Benji, is that you?
Yeah, it's me, Mrs. Robinson.
Oh, how are you doing, Benji?
We're doing okay. We were just wondering, we were just driving around, and we saw you. We were wondering if you needed a ride anywhere.
Oh, that's very dear of you. I'm just going to pick up some groceries. So there's really nothing. I don't need to drag anyone else around for that. I can handle myself.
Okay. If you need somebody that can carry all the groceries for you, I can do that.
You listen here, Benji. I've been living on my own for a very long time, so I can handle myself just fine.
All right. I believe you.
But
all right, Miss Robinson, you have a good day now, all right?
And
You
we've
too,
got
Benji.
plenty of room in the boot. Hello, Mrs. Robinson. I'm in here too. We've got plenty of room in the boot if you wanted help with your groceries. We've really got nothing planned today.
You know, that's very sweet, but if I need your help, I'll give you a call.
Well, fair enough. You stay safe now, won't you?
You as well. Now, I'll be off, and she hops into her car.
Yeah, it's very suspicious indeed.
That's weird stuff, Daniel. It's like she didn't even notice that I had my shirt off.
Well, why did you flex at her? You flexed at me. I
I had my pecs going. I don't know if you, like, kind of boom, 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 boom. You know.
I'm not entirely sure that's as effective as you think it is.
What do you mean?
No offense. I just mean, I'm just not sure that, that's a, I wouldn't worry about it. It's probably fine.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, especially with, you know, an older woman like Mrs. Robinson, I imagine she's seen a lot of pecs in her time.
Sure, but not these. These are cut.
I mean, I'm sure they are
These
quite
can dance.
quite cut, yes. But perhaps you should give your tongue a bit more of a working. I mean, hey, baby, what on earth is what is that? I mean,
I froze, Daniel. I tried to make it up, you know, with the pecs. So you lose some points at the start, but then you regain them later.
I mean, I'm not sure the whole thing works on a point system, really. I mean, first impression.
Gun. I think that she was up to no good. She had a gun in her purse.
Well, I mean, we've taken a bit of a leap here.
I think she, Mrs.
Robinson.
No, the other one.
Romano.
Romano. She, Miss Romano, and the police killed that boy. And they're back there in the forest right now. Or they were waiting on Miss Robinson.
Oh, sorry.
At that point, you can see that at that point, like, Miss Romano's car is starting to back out of the driveway, and as she starts looping around the cul-de-sac to drive down Poplar Lane, you could see her eyes in the rearview mirror, kind of looking back at you guys.
Look,
I'll do like the Jim Halpert, like.
I mean, I'm fairly sure she can still see the car, Benji. I'm not sure that's helping. I'll just give her a little wave. Benji, look, are you feeling particularly stealthy?
Yes.
Oh, well, good. All right then. Why don't we let you out around the corner and let you do a little bit of subterfuge? Hmm. Why don't you tail her? See if she's really going shopping.
Yeah. That is a good idea. The first good idea you've had since we got in the plane.
Okay.
It was a good idea.
Daniel just takes that one on the chin. Just. Got it. Right, yes. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I'll drive around the corner and get out of the car, Benji.
I'll hop out.
Okay.
Do you drive off?
I think we do. Yeah, we'll drive off definitely.
Head on my shirt. Okay.
We take the shirt.
Yeah.
Good. James, so after you just penetrated the security for the local police and township, what you can see through the window in your office that Daniel and Matt have driven down the lane, and Miss Robinson seems to be off. What are you doing now?
I think he's gonna text Daniel. Pretty much like, "Hey, I see you. I see you're back. I got some stuff I figured out." He pretty much throws it in like the group chat.
You do that to the group chat or?
Yeah, group chat. Yeah.
Yes, we're back. We saw something in the air that we're going to check out later. I won't put it in words. Because apparently you read in Daniel's voice.
That's how that works, right? That's how that works. That's how modern technology works. No,
Definitely.
He takes back like, do you want me to come outside and meet up, or question mark, question mark, question mark?
Yes.
K. Just like 1K. And James goes to put on his shoes and like go outside. Jay, have I received a text back? Last session I sent a text to somebody. So that person texted me back.
I'm drawing a little bit of a blank here. What was the text and who was it to?
I texted my ex-wife if she knew Susana Romano.
Right. She would have responded yes.
Then I think he sends another text like, has she contacted you recently?
Yes.
What about question mark?
And she doesn't respond right away after that, after you send that message.
He thinks that's fair, and he like puts his phone away and he goes outside. Towards I would say Daniel's car.
Okay. So Benji, were you gonna go to your own car or?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna take a spin on the moped.
Okay.
How stealthy are you feeling?
Like,
Just gonna get on my moped. How fast does it go? 5 miles an hour. How much noise does it make? 50,000 decibels.
Seriously.
Okay. I just wanted to be clear what's going on. So, yeah, I mean, Helen's probably hopping out of the car, and Benji's hopping onto his moped.
Just take a bicycle.
No, gotta get there quick.
Okay, but
I'm in a hurry.
James is just he just sees Benji hop on a moped and he's like, I'll just accept it. I'll just accept whatever's happening there, and he just makes a beeline for Daniel basically. And the first thing he asks is like, "What's he doing?"
He's stealthily tailing Mrs. Robinson.
I didn't have time to put a shirt on, but I grabbed one, so I just tossed it on the back, so it's kind of flapping in the wind like a flag on the back.
I mean, I think the flag at least earns a separate scene.
James just sort of looks at whatever's happening there, and he's like, you know, he's doing it to himself. I don't know why I care, really. So you guys went up in the air, I heard.
Yes, and from the air, I need to go in and get changed, really. I'm a wee bit pongy,
Yeah,
I think it might have been one of Benji's first times up in a little kite, you know. It's always a thrilling experience. First time. But while we were up there, you know that little forested area nearby that no one really thinks about because, you know, it's like between two urban areas and who goes there? Well, we saw a police car and Susana Romano's car, and well, we saw them burying something, so we're gonna go out tonight and check it out.
That might make sense. She apparently owns some land there. It's not what bugs me out is that she's got the police with her, but I fully expected her to go there, really.
Yeah, it kind of bugs me too, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe you should... I have more. Maybe you should get a shower first. Like, James is like casually going like, I'm not gonna say it, but
I mean, yes, I'm intending to get changed, but You know, I might go a little incognito.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Do you mind if I tag along?
Of course, yes.
Alright, then that seems like a good idea.
It's funny that, isn't it? How everyone means no when people ask if they don't mind, but everyone says yes.
Yeah, well,
One of those
Yes.
weird little quirks of life, I suppose, isn't it?
James sort of like draws a small blank, like, I guess, dude. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, no, totally. He wants to put a hand on Daniel's shoulder, but he's also like, no, let's not do that halfway. You take a shower. There's a couple of things I have found, and I'm not sure how to connect them yet, but he looks like he's grappling for words. He's like, if this is sort of, if it's what I think it is, it's going to be very weird, and I really need a second opinion on it, but you go do your shower thing first. Hi, Helen.
I'm sure,
Hi,
Helen.
James.
Helen, do you want to entertain James for a minute whilst I get showered?
Absolutely. Would you like a refreshment?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
I think we've still got some tiramisu in the fridge.
Yes, I think we do, and we've been looking to get rid of those leftovers. I'm pretty sure they've been sitting there for quite some time now, so.
Oh, all right.
It'd be like our human dumpster.
Thank you. Thank you.
Always nice having you around, James.
Just same, Helen. Yeah.
Has Benji missed out on the food again?
Yes.
It's cool, dude. I got my Kraft American cheese slices.
Yeah.
Oh.
My Kraft singles.
Your box wine.
All right, I'm gonna go get changed.
Awesome. So, Daniel's showering. James is enjoying some tiramisu and some light conversation with Helen. Benji, so you're tailing Miss Robinson on your moped?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can
Yes.
you make can you first of all make a driving test?
Yes. Driving. I've got a 2 in that, so I'm gonna put a point. 7 total.
Okay, very good. So you're able to follow her. Now, can you also roll an unobtrusiveness to see if you can remain?
Yes. I don't think I have any
It
points
is.
on that. I don't. Big surprise. Okay. Got a 2.
Yes. Okay, so
What do you mean yes?
okay, so you can see Miss Robinson checking her rear view mirror, and you and her lock eyes for a second, and she makes a very sudden turn onto oh, very good. She makes a very sudden, and she turns onto the nearest street, and she seems to be stepping on the gas. Can you make another driving test?
Okay. Yes. 5.
And can you make another unobtrusiveness test?
Yes. 2.
Okay, so so you see her turn down this road, but you know that there is a shortcut that you can cut through to loop around to the other end of that street. And you do so, and you pull up right in front of her car, and she sees you, and she stops for a second. And then she looks both ways and then steps on the gas. Can you make a fleeing test?
Fleeing. 6.
Okay, so you are able to escape the speeding bullet that is Miss Robinson's car, heading straight at you, and you manage to like rev your motorcycle, or not your motorcycle, your moped, and make it across the street before. I mean, she's old, you know, her reflexes aren't amazing, but
Or mine are really great.
I mean, you could look at it either way. But unfortunately, in escaping from her rampage, in the chaos of it all, you crash into a bush, and Miss Robinson drives off. And by the time you can collect yourself, you have a feeling that you're not going to be able to get her trail again.
I'll send a text to the group message, to the group. Couldn't follow Mrs. Robinson. She tried to destroy me. Send.
I'm leaving that one up to James. I'm in the shower.
Destroy you? Question mark.
Yeah. Not in a good way. Like she tried to kill me.
Yeah, no, I got that. I figured that. Where do you have any idea where she was about to go? Like,
No, but I have a suspicion. We might be able to find out later.
all right. Are you coming back?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Do you have any food?
James looks up at Helen. He looks at like, is the tiramisu container empty at this point, or like?
And there's like only like the crumbs left, pretty much.
I think he just sends a picture of like the crumbs to the group chat. It's like, no. Sorry, bro.
Damn. All right. I think we need to get our most secret spy gear.
I have your mask for you.
Oh, you can keep that.
No.
You said no. No. we gotta go to we gotta go to the forest.
Yeah, I heard.
Right.
I guess we all, yeah. Shouldn't you go change first? Question mark. I heard the flight was pretty bad.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, I'll see you in a bit then.
Okay. I'm gonna stop at McDonald's.
Could you give me a milkshake?
No.
Fuck.
You sent me a picture of crumbs.
Fair. Very fair. James looks at Helen and he's like, so Benji failed. I don't know if you saw it. But he's gonna come back and then he'll meet us here.
Helen was washing dishes, so she looks back and she's like, no, I didn't see it, but I mean, I'm not surprised if I'm being honest, you know, fucking Benji.
He was on a moped. Like, what was he expecting, really?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's...
You just can't. I don't even try to understand his process.
I've pretty much stopped. Like, after the wheelbarrow thing, I just stopped, really.
Well, I mean, he has a place here if he needs to wash up before tonight.
Oh boy. I really gotta not make this a habit. Going outside and doing weird shit.
Listen, I think at this point, whatever weird shit we're doing can't be as weird as whatever these other folks are up to.
Oh, I'm pretty sure about that. Yeah. No, like the only thing that worries me is getting caught for doing some weird stuff, and then knowing that you did weird stuff because other people are doing even weirder stuff, and they're gonna get away with it.
Yeah, but you're like a detective or something, right? You can clear the records.
I was a detective. I'm not anymore. I'm a photographer.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So
Real helpful. Man, and I was just thinking we were putting together some like elite squad.
Well,
I feel like we're gonna need
I still know how to do everything. It's just that I don't have a badge anymore, and I haven't for about 5 years now. And
but if you can't burn the records, then what are you good for?
well, I can. No, I can't do that. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That's. Oh, I wish I was more useful in that.
Listen, I'm sorry, James. I didn't mean to be so harsh on you. I'm just losing a little bit of confidence in our team. And I just think we need to step it up if we're gonna make this shit happen.
Yeah, you're completely right. And like, I have a feeling, I know, like, it's like, I feel like there are so many like puzzle pieces that are literally staring us in the face, and I feel like I've lost my glasses and I can't distinguish which is which anymore. So it frustrates me because I feel like this was something I was good at, and now.
You see, that's why you don't have to worry about that. That's why we have Daniel. He's the brains of the operation. And we've got you, our master of stealth. And breaking and entering. And Benjamin, our
Wild card, I guess.
The wild card. And then me, the face of it all.
Yes.
The leader of the pack, so to speak.
Yes. Yes.
So we all have our part to play.
That's true. He looks at like the hallway, the door to the hallway, or anything that leads to the stairs, and he's sort of like, I wonder if Daniel's done.
Does Daniel sing in the show?
Up, down, flying around those magnificent men in their flying machine. They're so frightfully keen, looping the loops and defying the dreams.
Oh my god, dude, he had that on deck, bro.
Yeah,
The show tunes, man.
Oh wow.
Great.
That was on speed dial.
Yeah, who knew that Poplar Lane was also a musical? By the way, does Daniel's shower scene count as a shirtless scene?
I mean, I guess now that I've sung and like we've clearly cut away to Daniel,
Yeah.
I guess it does. It's not as pretty a shirtless scene, you know. He is not cut as the kids say.
All bodies are beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, can you roll to sing in the shell? No, that's fine.
I mean, I can't. No, you know.
Yeah, why don't you roll a d6?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, possible.
Yeah,
Probably about as well as I did it, to be honest.
it's a decent performance. Yeah, like you're on pitch. I mean, it's nothing that like is gonna be remembered for the ages, but you know, like that if people were listening, which no one is, they'd say that was all right. But now this has nothing to do with your actual performance, which was amazing, Scrat, by the way.
Why, thank you.
But so where were we? Oh yeah. So you Benjamin, can you roll a stability test as you just ran into a bush?
Yes. Stabilize. Five.
Okay. Yeah, you seem to like shake it off. And you feel like you dodged a bullet there, because if you had landed just slightly differently, you could have bonked your head in such a way that, I don't know, you might have been kind of like out of it for the rest of the evening. Yeah. So you're you got lucky with that landing in that bush. But yeah, you're able to, if you want to get some Mickey D's, you know, you can do so. What's your order?
I'm gonna get like a triple Big Mac, a couple orders of fries, and like a small soda. Oh, and I'll text James, be like, what kind of milkshake you want?
Oh.
Vanilla, bro.
Vanilla?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him a chocolate.
You can smell the tension, like it's, yeah, the tension is thick as McDonald's milkshake, and yeah, and where are you heading back from McDonald's? Are you going back to your place or Daniel's place?
Yeah.
Yeah, as in
Oh wait, yeah, to the first one, my place. Yeah.
your place. Cool. Okay. Is there anything that you guys would like to do before the sun sets and night falls?
Well, when I hear the inevitable argument between Benji and James about the milkshake, I do have something to weigh in. I mean, I don't know if you guys wanted to do anything with that, but well, go on.
So when I come home, I would like take all my food inside, eat, shower, put on some fresh clothes, and then I'd reconvene and join you guys over at Daniel's place, seeing that's where the photo was from, recognizing the countertops most likely, and that's where I'd be like, "There's a milkshake."
You actually brought it. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, thank
Enjoy
you. James is just like, and he can like see through the lit that it's dark, and he's like,
Oops.
that's no problem. Thanks.
Nice looking crumbs you guys got here.
Yeah, Helen did a great job on the tiramisu. Which
I'm
was
sure we've got something in the fridge if you want to have a snack, Benji. And Daniel comes down in like full like hoodie, like he's still wearing like slacks, but they're black slacks, black hoodie, black cap.
James just sort of stares at him like, Oh well.
I nearly didn't even see you, Daniel.
Thank you. This is my my subterfuge gear, I suppose. I rather look like a yobbo, don't I?
What?
A what?
A yobbo. Is that not slang you have over here? What else might you call them? A boyo, maybe? A ne'er-do-well? A youth?
A youth?
You.
Looks like a youth. I'm dressed in all black. Got myself. I'm a youth now. That's why I wear black too. So I can be a youth.
You know what I mean? You know, like the kids that hang around on street corners smoking cigarettes and I don't know, kicking dogs or something. I don't know what they do. You know what I mean? The ones that aren't up to any good.
Right.
A
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Yeah, I guess. No, yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
there's something in the fridge if you want something to eat, Benji.
All right.
I made some rainbow trout the other day. I made quite a lot. There's probably still some wrapped up in there.
Yeah.
I could warm it
Heat
up
that
for
right
you
up
if
in
you
the
like.
microwave.
Yeah. No, not in the microwave. You'll ruin it. I'll pop it in the oven for a few minutes.
Oh, okay. Weird.
Tell you what, if you like, I might have some potatoes. I could knock up. Who wants some roast potatoes? Should we have some roast potatoes?
Yeah, I love fries.
And yeah, sure, why not? I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna get out the goose fat and start doing some roasties.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice. Food is here.
Daniel, can you make a disguise roll?
I certainly can. And of all of the things that I took, I did not take anything in disguise.
Okay. So, you know, you're wearing all black. But what none of you realize is that, yes, the jacket is black. It's also rather reflective. You don't notice it because you're indoors and the lights are on and you're just kind of like not, you know, but it is in fact a reflective coat.
Safety hoodie, got big reflective.
Well done.
Bro,
Well
do you
done.
want to be seen or not?
Is anyone else like changing their dress for the
Yeah, I'll
occasion?
put on my own hoodie.
Yeah, you could also roll a disguise.
I think James is doing the same.
I got a 2.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have anything in disguise that I haven't?
Yeah, Daniel, you look great.
Thank you. Yes, I've always fancied myself a bit of a sneak. Mhm.
I hope I just look 2/3 as good as you.
All right, so Benjamin, you've got your black hoodie on, and you know from the waist up, you're thinking like, wow, like this guy looks like he's super sneaky. He is up to no good. But you're also wearing shorts and brightly colored Nikes.
Yeah. For running.
So that sucks. Like those reflective running shoes kind of thing.
Safety.
Yeah, of course. And last but not least, we have James, who yeah, he's just wearing like dark pants and a dark hoodie.
I feel like you can clearly see who's actually committed a B&E before.
Yeah, I mean you're an old pro at this point, James.
Only been at it for 3 days.
Yeah, so you can eat your foods, and you know your bellies are full. But night has fallen, on the lane.
So how do you guys want to head into this? Do you just want to drive into the woods in one car and then start digging where you think they were digging?
Well, I think if they, they killed a bunch of people and they buried them out there.
You say they killed people, but you just saw them digging.
I'm saying, if they killed a bunch of people, they could have gone on some kind of rampage. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I'm thinking, they might be a little bit crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and crazy people are paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we ought to drive not up in there, but somewhere a ways, and then walk in there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because Mrs. Robinson, I was being pretty sneaky on my moped earlier, but Mrs. Robinson saw me and she tried to run me over.
I'm glad you weren't run over.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Me too.
Yeah, from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, no, I think that's a good idea though, to park a little bit away from there.
I would agree.
So you just want to go dig up whatever they buried and then do what with that?
Depends on what it is. Like, we might need to call like a funeral service to come help.
I don't know. Because if we let people know and she's working with the police...
That's a good point.
It's
Just
very easy.
We might have to bring it back here to Daniel's house.
Again, I have a feeling what we should do is just look at it, and then whatever it is, probably put it back so that we avoid detection.
We can take at least photos of it.
Yes,
Take photos
that's
of it.
all we
We
need
could
for
also
evidence.
take it. We could put it in a wheelbarrow and push it back here.
What if it's a body, Benjamin? Are you gonna
Just
put a
like,
body
I
in
don't know,
your
just
wheelbarrow?
Kind of fold up the legs, just like.
Have you ever touched a dead body before, Benjamin? You don't look like you wanna.
Benji, here I am, a
I
corrupt
was gonna manage the
official.
wheelbarrow. I wasn't gonna touch it.
Let's just say hypothetically. Here I
Okay.
am, a corrupt official, right?
Right.
Working with the police to hide a body, right?
Yes.
Now, someone who has recently destroyed my drugs den
Uh-huh.
is walking through the neighborhood with a body in a wheelbarrow. This seems awfully convenient. We can just stitch you up for murder and put you away for a long time so that you're no longer a problem. I think the best thing to do would be to leave whatever it is there.
Yes,
That's a
I
good
agree
point.
with that.
That's a good
They're
point.
gonna do everything they can to pin anything on us.
Yes, and we don't know how deep this goes. I mean, despite not particularly liking Peter Reese, the Goodman brothers are not investigating anything. Mrs. Robinson's clearly into it. Not into it. She might be into it, but she's in it is what I meant. Funnily enough, the most trustworthy person who's not in our group on the lane happens to be Sheila, and she's a bloody drug addict.
That's fair. Cause I did some digging this afternoon while you guys were up in the air, and I found that well, when you guys said that there was a police car with her, I wasn't really all that surprised in the sense that she's probably been bribing them for the past couple of months, I would say. In the sense that she has a couple of properties. Like, I'm pretty sure that where we're going is also hers. But she's been doing she's been making real big efforts to try to not get that stuff inspected. And yeah, it makes me feel like there's more than one like community center situation around town.
Oh, yes. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, sort of thing.
Yeah, probably. She seemed mostly the like what was the name? Daniel. Do you know it's a golf thing? It's with mini golf. Mini golf. I can't remember the name of the place. He like
Putter's
starts
Palace.
Yeah, I know. James James is just lost for words. He starts flipping through his notes, which are like a whole ton in his little sort of like most kind that he's got. Yeah, I think it's Potter's Palace. She's been really trying to get them off there as well.
Really?
You guys know them? Yeah.
Maybe
And-
Potter's Palace is a place that Benji should go and have a game of golf.
Perhaps.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying that just by being there, Benji, you'll manage to destroy everything and find the drugs, but you've got a pretty good track record so far.
I'm gonna be honest. That was exactly what I was thinking.
Are you dabbing or sneezing? I can't make it out.
Probably.
Hey, y'all want to? Yo, Benji, you want to play golf?
Yeah.
Swag. It's mini golf though. Swag. Yeah. I'm down for a round.
Yeah, her. I don't trust that place at all. And well, considering the fact that her record was like a bit of a mess, I don't know. So yeah, I think we need to figure out what's in, what's buried there, and go from there.
Yes,
I
I
don't
agree.
trust it either. That windmill, I swear it cheats.
Probably does. It always does, doesn't it?
Never been a big fan of golf myself.
Wait, so when do you want me to do that?
Probably not tonight.
Yeah, because we're busy tonight.
Yeah. You can save it for tomorrow, as in a good, relaxing trip.
Yeah. So whatever happens tonight, we gotta make sure I survive, because I gotta go play the mini golf tomorrow.
I
Yes.
don't think death is on the menu tonight, Benji.
Well, I'm just saying.
He
Whatever
has been doing
happens.
stuff. So,
I mean, that's true. Right.
Yeah.
I got plans tomorrow, so
yeah.
We'll try our very best not to get you killed. I'll tell you what we can do is the classic one person digs and two people look, or two people dig and two people look. Helen can definitely be a lookout and perhaps waiting with the car somewhere. Someone else can be a lookout too, and then two people can dig. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
You can draw straws for who digs if you wish.
I'll dig.
That's fair. I'll take the pictures.
She's just gonna wait. It's not picture time yet. I don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
Just
pretty
waiting,
much.
waiting
Pretty
to
much.
take the pictures.
You wanted to dig. Then you'll be digging.
Well, the sun must be setting soon. I mean, how far do we think it takes to get to the forest? And not far, I imagine.
Oh, so probably.
Minutes. It would take minutes.
All right, let's wait till it's dark then, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets dark pretty quick. It was already like the sun was already set, but now it's gotten to that point where like the stars are visible. You guys ready to head out?
Yeah, I guess so.
I think so.
Okay. Do you want Helen to drive or?
I mean, we're not doing any. I'll drive actually. I'll take the wheel.
Okay. So, Benjamin, as the guy who spotted this location from above initially and kind of got the best look at it, you're able to give Daniel directions on how to get there. And luckily you've got your head screwed on straight, despite the fact that you fell into that bush earlier, because who knows, you guys could have very easily gotten lost. It's kind of a weird path. You're not going down main roads to get to this location. In fact, you eventually turn onto a dirt road that you would recognize as being the road that you saw these other cars going down earlier, and you start to get the feeling that you're getting closer to this clearing.
Okay. I'll Daniel, you said you were driving,
Yeah, I'll do the drive. Yes.
I'll inform Daniel that they're getting close. Probably be a good time to park, then hoof it the rest of the way.
Yeah, I'll find us somewhere discreet to park up.
Yeah. I mean, there's like a part on the side of the road where there's less trees, and you manage to find a space just large enough to kind of fit the car that's like not in the road. Yeah, you can get out of your cars and move closer further down the road, closer towards the clearing. I'm just gonna change the music. Can all of you guys make sense troubles?
Oh, I still have points in that. I really need to.
Aha!
I'm gonna put a point in my roll.
I need to find my list for a second.
4 total.
Oh, sense trouble. I'm gonna put a point in as well.
I've got a 6, natural 6. Also, I noticed the Patreon command in the chat there. Thank you very much, Gemsong, for checking it out. We recently did a lot of work on the Patreon, updated everything. So if you're watching and you want something to look out for, go and check it out. I've updated the hell out of it.
Yes, go check out the new revamped Patreon. Okay, so we've got Daniel and James with their 6 pluses. So Daniel, first as you're moving along, are you, first of all, are all of you using flashlights, or like how, or are you just trying to go without it?
I'm gonna carry the shovel.
James is trying to go without it.
Yeah, I think I'll be doing the phone thing, where like I'll try to go without it, but when there's a, turn it on when we need it.
Okay. So as you're walking down this path, you notice further down the road, you see like this glint of light, and you kind of move your head a little bit, and you realize that you see the reflection of moonlight off of some glass of some sort, and you think that there may be a car down there. Also, James, you can peeking through the trees, you see in the distance there's some kind of like ambient light, like it almost looks like someone has like a floodlight or something on far in the distance.
They're like, get down. We probably need to move low now.
think they've posted a guard.
Like a crouch.
Yeah, pretty much. We can move in like a circle around, like a far further circle around, not engage directly, but just move further around.
This is
That way,
quite serious, though. They've posted a guard. I mean, that could cause us some problems.
if we just stay on this side and then like move in a wide angle around it, we will probably avoid the guard. If we keep engaging head on, that'll probably not go well.
So did you want to try to move like off the path then?
I guess so.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll follow James's lead.
All right. So this path is in the middle of the woods. If you want to go through off the path, you're going to be going through some of the woods. And it's clear that these woods have not been touched for a long time. In order to move through it, you're going to need to kind of cut away some of the thorn bushes and whatnot. If you want, any or all of you can make a preparedness to see if you have appropriate tools to clear a path for you to walk through these woods.
I'm gonna put a point in mine.
Can I use my gardening skill?
Yeah, you could use gardening as an auto success. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to use my
Nice.
gardening skill.
Okay.
I feel like that's appropriate.
Yeah, definitely. That's super appropriate. Yeah, no, so with your knowledge of plants and your passion for gardening, James, you always have like a pair of clippers handy, and you're familiar with the local flora, and you're able to get everyone through this area of the woods. You're moving towards where you presume the clearing to be, which also happens to be in the direction of this light. As you get closer, can you all make, or at least the two of you, since Daniel's not here right now, can the two of you make conceal tests, but it's going to be -1 because of, or it's going to be -1 for Benji because of his failed disguise from earlier.
Mm.
All right, I'm gonna add 1 into that. Great. Fantastic. Love it when that
I got a
happens.
2 total.
Okay.
We did fantastic.
Yeah, so I want to wait for Daniel to come back so he can make his roll as well. But in the meantime, I can tell you a little bit more about what you see. So so you see this the floodlight in the distance, and you see some silhouettes, and they seem to be moving about back and forth with wheelbarrows. And there's quite a few people here. And not James, Benjamin, you get the impression that when you saw people go in there earlier today, like they've been there. These are the same, like they've been here all day. You can see a whole bunch of cars lined up on the road that's not too far away. You guys went around the road, but you see not too far away by the road, there's a series of cars that are all lined up. So, and thinking back, you remember like, oh yeah, we never saw anyone pull back onto the lane. The people, they've been out all day. It's a misty night. You know, there's a layer of fog, which is not making any of this easier for you, especially in terms of like observation. But James and Matt, or not James and Matt, James and Benji, James and Benji, both of you, as you get closer, since you did fail your concealed test, can you roll sense troubles to see if you know that you're not very well hidden right now?
Rolled another 3.
Good.
5.
Okay. So James, you start to get like this sneaking suspicion, like you kind of eye down Benji a little bit, and you start to realize maybe he is not as stealthy as he thinks he is. And then you kind of look down at yourself and you think, well, you know, I dress to the part, but the way that the light is shining right now, you feel like if you get too close, there could be a problem. And at that point, I'm just gonna say we gotta wait for Scrap, because I don't want to move it any further without him.
All right.
So how are we all thriving?
Totally fine.
Yeah, you're totally fine.
Totally fine.
Like there's no way that any of this could possibly go wrong.
No, I've never had a failed stealth mission before.
No.
They've all been flawless.
This would be the
successful.
first.
You know what? I bet they would be cool and welcoming if we like wanted to join them.
Y'all got any crack? Because we're looking for it.
I bet we can help.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally.
We got a shovel, like we're ready to dig.
We brought our own shovels, guys.
This get up, we're just,
Like, what the heck is up?
Dress up, like dress code.
Oh boy. What a shitstorm.
I just checked out the Scratticus Patreon, guys.
Yes, everyone check out the new revamped Patreon. I'm gonna read out the rewards actually.
It's looking pretty cool.
I wanna see. Hold up.
So on the Patreon, you have a number of tiers. At the first tier, you get a small token of thanks to gain access to a secret channel in the Discord to talk with supporters, which is pretty neat that you get like that intimate space to chat with each other. Or at the $5 tier, you get to spend that during stream using the command code in game. So definitely check out that Patreon because they have $1 tiers, $5 tier, $10 tier, 25, and so on. Go support the stream. That's that.
Oh, Jay, thank you for plugging.
Yeah.
I was just, awesome Patreon, but I was also trying to kill a little bit of time because I need some rolls from you, Daniel.
Cool. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. If you could just roll a conceal for me with -1 because you failed your disguise test earlier.
Sure thing, and I will add 1 to it. Actually, I'll add 2 to it. Let's go crazy.
Oh boy.
Okay. So you feel like you're being pretty stealthy. but James looks a little stressed out as he's realized that he and Benjamin aren't exactly in full stealth mode like you are, Daniel. And it's gotten to a point where it feels like if James or Benjamin try to inch in any closer to this clearing, that they could potentially get caught. Whereas you're feeling a little bit more confident that you can move in with your current disguise.
Yes. I think I'm going to move in then.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident. I used to do a bit of sneaking around in the old days, you know, getting a feel for it again. Like riding a bicycle.
Alright, I guess just, like, stay low to the ground, dude.
Yes, of course. Stay low. No problem.
Yeah, alright. I'm gonna try to see if I can see something from here, but it's kind of shit weather.
Can you roll a preparedness for binoculars or any other kind of tool that you can use to see further closer up?
Preparedness. I'll put in 1.
Thank you very much, Potato Hollow, using their Patreon rewards to give me an automatic success.
I'm crying.
Okay. Unfortunately, you pat your pockets, James, and it seems like you forgot to bring your binoculars. What was that?
No, I didn't say anything. Okay.
Daniel, did you want to move up?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay. So,
Sneaky snake.
yeah. So, as James and Benjamin kind of just glimpsed while you were away, you see that there's a number of people that are here moving about in a pretty orderly fashion, and they all seem to be carrying wheelbarrows. And they all seem to be covered or hooded to some extent. And it's a foggy night, so it's a little bit difficult to make out people individually. But yeah, you do see that they're going back and forth, and as you get closer and closer, it's clear what they're doing. They're filling up a ditch. There seems to be an area of the ground that has been dug up, and you can hear the sound of plastic crinkling as they dump dust or dirt. You can't really tell exactly right now, but
Can I do a thing here?
yeah.
So you say they're all hooded and pushing wheelbarrows?
Mm-hmm.
Can I infiltrate their ranks? Just
You
take
can
up a wheelbarrow like I'm supposed to be there and just follow the person in front of me? I have infiltration as a skill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can definitely attempt to infiltrate.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an infiltration roll.
I'm gonna add 2 to this roll. It's a 5.
Yep. You Yeah. Do you want to? So there. You can see that there is an empty wheelbarrow, and as the people come and go, it seems to be pretty much one at a time. Like there's a number of people, but they're not all. It's not like a giant crowd of people, and they're going one by one. So there's like a window for you to hop in there.
Yeah, I'm all over it. Yeah,
Yeah. You can grab the wheelbarrow and get in line. Are you just gonna like follow what everyone else is doing and attempt to
Yeah, I'm just gonna follow what everyone else is doing, but when we get to filling in the ditch, I want to see what we're filling in.
Mhm.
That's my goal. Is like this is gonna be
Yeah.
the best place to see what we're doing, right? Is to be one of the people actually filling it in. So I'll hesitate a little bit as I upturn the wheelbarrow and just sort of like look over.
Well, even before you get to the point where you get to fill in the ditch, so when you first pick up your wheelbarrow, you're following this line towards where they're filling up the wheelbarrow, right? And they this line of people cuts into the woods, but there seems to be a small path, and it's actually a surprisingly long walk. You're walking for a solid 5 minutes or so, and you can catch a whiff of the person walking in front of you. They're walking maybe 10 feet in front of you, and they smell horrible. They smell like body odor, like they've been working for a long time. And you keep following this path, and when you pop out of the woods on the other side, you are at the back of the destroyed community center. And one by one, this line of people is going up to the ruins of this building, grabbing a shovel and kind of like scanning the ground, trying to find it. No flashlights. Everyone's doing this in the dark. It's actually kind of difficult to orient yourself, but these people are moving so mechanically that you can spot their silhouettes in this still night. But yeah, they're finding a spot where it seems like there's a big chunk of adrenaline, and they're piling it into the wheelbarrow and then heading back, and then heading back. And it seems like this is probably what they're filling up the ditch with. Can you make
God, it's like a whole line of Benjis.
Can you make a
Can I be there?
Well, so Daniel moved up because I think you were stepped away. Daniel moved up because he felt confident in his disguise that he wasn't going to get caught if he moved forward. We'll hop back to you guys in a second, but Daniel, can you make a stability to see if, like, in the fog, if you can manage to fill up your wheelbarrow appropriately and head back and still blend in?
Yes, I'm adding 3 to this. Boom.
Yeah. You look just like everyone else as you fill up this wheelbarrow and wheel it back, following the path that you came. And as you go to dump, like you were saying, you can peek over the edge of this ditch. It's a pretty large ditch. It seems that it's covered. It's lined in plastic, and it's just filled up with a ton of adrenaline. And there doesn't seem to be anything else in there, but there's this plastic wrap around it. Maybe it seems like it's probably like a protective thing, so it doesn't, the adrenaline is not contaminated by the earth. But and it seems like this is what people have been doing for hours, if not all day, because it's a fairly large ditch, and there's a smaller ditch next to it that seems empty, and no one's even acknowledging that one. Meanwhile, so James and Matt, not James and Matt, I keep saying that because in Zoom it's whatever, but anyway, James and Benji, y'all are still out in the woods. You're far enough away to see these silhouettes. Daniel had moved in, and you kind of saw him just like break the tree line and like start hauling this wheelbarrow, and he just disappears, and he's gone for he blends in with everyone else. You have no idea what has happened to him.
Should we go with him?
Are you fucking insane?
No.
No,
Maybe.
But, yeah, arguably, but I think one person can blend in, but three people. Do you think we should not be here, but like
Or
what?
we could go to where they're burying the stuff. And we could blend in with those guys.
You mean where they are coming from, or where they are?
No. Because they're coming from that way. Because we can't see the community center from here, right? Right. So we don't know where Daniel went.
Mm-hmm.
So they're it seems like they're coming from that way. Because they got the wheelbarrows.
You want to go that?
They're going that way, and then they're bringing them back.
Do you
and
want
they
to go
got
that
stuff
way
in 'em.
then?
So maybe we go to where they're taking empty wheelbarrows that way, and then they're bringing full wheelbarrows this way.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we go to where they're dumping the full wheelbarrows at, and we blend in with those guys, and we do good stuff there.
I think they're just dumping it in whatever hole you saw them dig.
Right, we can help. We can help with that.
After you.
Right.
Wheelbarrows.
So I'm against my natural intuition. I'm gonna leave the wheelbarrows alone. And I'm gonna go over to about how big is this hole that they have dug or are still digging? Are they still digging?
No, so now they're just filling it.
Okay.
The hole has been filled, or not has been filled, but the hole has like this plastic lining, and they're filling it right now. And Daniel saw that they're filling it with a adrenal, but it would be unclear to you.
Okay. Is there anybody like standing by, like just kind of, or is it just like people that come by with the wheelbarrows and then come and go?
That would probably be that's a surveillance role.
Okay.
That's yeah.
Checking my sheet real quick. Okay. If there is, I have an idea. It's a 3.
All right. You can see someone's like, you can see that there's someone that's not moving. You don't know what they're doing. Like you don't know if they're standing guard or like doing something else. Like you just see kind of like, you see, because there's all this fog, you see silhouettes moving around, except for one.
Yeah. James, how good are you at knocking people out?
I would say pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
I assumed so. Tell you what,
That's fair.
I'm going to take my shovel and walk over to that person standing guard. And I am going to inform them that I am to relieve them of their guard or whatever I got to say to them. You know, I'm going to feel out the situation. And I'm going to send them over here to where there is a craft services table that's been set up for them to get some food, right? But there's not any food. It's just you here to knock them out.
All right.
How you feel?
You know what? Sure. That's fine.
And then, once they're good and knocked out, since I'm the one that's standing guard, you can come over and take some photos. No risk of being caught.
Sure, let's just get through part A first, which is you relieving him of duty.
Right. we go.
Okay.
That's where I go. I take my shovel.
Take your shovel. Okay, can you
I would like to, if I
Yeah.
can,
mhm.
because I'm kind of walking up and I'm just like, I'm gonna make a scene of it, like, whoo, wipe my brow, like, because I got the shovel, It was a hard day's work digging, and I'm gonna walk up to the person. I assume that they're going to be feeling some kind of way, standing here middle of the night. I would like to use charm.
Okay. You're also trying to you're also trying to maintain your disguise? You're trying to keep your face hidden, or you're being or are you trying to be like
Does
open,
everybody else
like
is everybody else like just kind of just regular? They're running wheelbarrows.
everyone else seems to be having their hoods up, but it's not like
I'll have my hood up then, but I won't like face concealed, but like
okay.
it'll be hood up, so it's just like
Yep. So okay, I know you're using your investigative ability.
Mhm.
So you're gonna get something out of this. But in Big Butt here,
It's good.
can you roll a conceal?
Yeah. It's 5.
Okay.
It's the highest conceal roll that I've had ever.
So you can walk up to this person who once you're within like a very short distance from them, you can see that they are in fact very strong, and that this person is actually the pool boy, Miss Robinson's pool boy. And he does seem to be standing guard and is holding a large gun. But you can walk up to him and be casual. He's like, "Hey, Lawrence, is that you? I can't really. It's a foggy night. I can't see you."
Oh, hey. No. It's Benjamin. Never would have, never would put it together. You know what? You live on the street and you never know. You never know, who's part of it all. It's good to see you.
He does the click clack, and then he walks up to you and starts like very aggressively putting your arms behind your back.
Whoa, hey.
Are you resisting?
I'm not fighting him, no.
No, okay.
I'm just like, whoa, what are you doing?
He's tying you up and not talking.
Did somebody hire you to do this? This wasn't supposed to be part of it.
And
I was supposed to dig. I'm referencing my shovel. I'm supposed to dig, and then I get paid.
Yeah, that's nice try, kid. And he starts leading you. He has your hands tied behind your back, and he's kind of like dragging you by the rope that he's tied to you, and he's taking you somewhere. It looks like towards the path.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with him.
I mean, yeah, you don't really have a choice. I mean, unless you wanted to try to break free. But yeah, because he's got you tied up real tight. And James, you see that. You see that.
Are they coming towards me?
No, they're going towards the path.
Alright, fuck. James is like, shit. What should I do? God, they're going towards the path. How many people are there right now? Is it like still very crowded, or what's happening? Like, I don't know who, but like figures.
There's probably, you see about like 6 people more or less that seem to be making like this circuit going back and forth. Yeah, and then also probably around that time, Danielle, you two have just dumped your barrel, and as you turn around, you can see someone in shorts getting dragged off for the path.
What do we do? Oh my god. I think James is gonna try to sneak closer to the path, but like still stay off the path. At least to get closer to Benjamin.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and
Hang on, pool boy. It would be very irresponsible of you to lead me away from where you are supposed to be standing guard.
listen, I'm guarding this place from punks like you.
And intended to be loud enough for James to hear.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, you can hear that actually, James. You can hear that.
James is like, oh, okay. But he's still like gonna go towards. He's still gonna go towards. Like he got that. He's still gonna try to get as close to Benji as he can without being seen.
Yeah. And you can you make one more conceal test?
Conceal one? Let me see. Yes. I'll put in my last one. Shit.
Okay. Yeah, so
This is bad.
and also, you know, you can make another sense trouble too.
Yeah, oh man, I'll roll that one straight because I don't have a lot left. Now I'll just add one. Let's see where it goes. A 5.
Okay. Yeah, so as you get closer, again, like you get that feeling in the back of your head, that like, if I go any closer, I'm really putting myself at risk.
Yeah, he's not gonna do that. He's gonna like
Okay.
stay as concealed as possible because he doesn't feel like there's any merit in like exposing all of us.
Right.
And Benji already has a reputation of being a firecracker around. He can get away with it. He can go with whatever.
So from this distance, you can't make out who, but you see that there's someone sitting in a parked car, and it looks like this guy, or who you now would have heard from Benji, is the pool boy. You see the pool boy leading Benji towards this car, this parked car that's off. No lights are on or anything, but there's someone sitting inside of it.
Can I see what kind of car it is?
Yeah, you can make a surveillance test.
Yes. 1 point. That's a 5.
Yeah. You can ID this car as Miss Robinson's car.
Figured.
Benji. Pool boy leads you up to this parked car. It's a nice car. It's an expensive car. It's Miss Robinson's car, and you can see sitting in the front seat is Miss Robinson herself, and there's a little bit of glow coming up from her phone because it looks like she's typing away vigorously, and she kind of has that like sinister look with the shadows being cast upward on her face, but she looks up from her phone to see the pool boy dragging you towards her, and the light turns out, and she steps out of her car, slamming the car door. Who do we have here? And
Oh, hey, Mrs. Robinson.
fucking Benji. I'm not surprised.
I was following you earlier today because I had a question for you.
And what might that question be?
I didn't know where I was supposed to get paid. Like, because I got the instructions to come out to be ready to dig, and I was ready for it. I was here for it, but I didn't know like the rest of it. And so I just want to get some clarification from you on the whole thing.
Of course you did, Benji. She starts rolling up her sleeves. Benji, why don't you have a little rest in the truck? I'm sure you've had a long day, and you know, after that fall on your moped earlier, I can't
That was
imagine
a close one.
Yeah, it was very close. So you should probably get some rest. Why don't you take a seat in the car?
Okay.
And pool boy will lead you towards the car, open up the back seat, and do the thing that police officers do where they hold your head down and then he kind of throws you in.
Hey, can you untie me so I can be a little bit more comfortable?
And when you say that, he slams the door. And you hear Miss Robinson, the car go click, click as like she hits the lock button. And you're now locked in that car. Now, you would know that if you try to unlock it and leave the car, the alarms would go off.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Miss Robinson and the pool boy are now walking off back towards the clearing, and towards Daniel, along with everyone else. When Miss Robinson approaches the clearing, you can see that all the other people who are there start to walk towards her, towards the edge where she stood by the path, and they're all kind of pulling their hoods down, including the pool boy and Miss Robinson. Everyone's kind of putting their hoods down and forming a circle around where Miss Robinson is. Daniel, what are you doing?
I'm going to ditch my wheelbarrow and dive into that smaller hole that no one was paying attention to.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. And you know, the fog conceals your movements easily enough at this point, and people are a little bit distracted by what's going on. The hole is not too far away. This isn't, like I said earlier in the episode, this is a small clearing, so it's not like they're too far away. Close enough for you to hear, that's for sure. Also, James, you're definitely within an appropriate distance. to hear what's going on. And Matt or Benji, lucky for you, they left the window open a crack. So you two can hear the happenings of this group of people. Are you gonna try to, Daniel, do you want to, like, you're in this hole, it's about 6 feet deep. Do you want to try to, are you gonna try to lay low, or do you want to, like, see what's happening?
I can hear, right? I'll lay low.
Okay.
Being extra cautious. I don't want to be caught. God knows what they might do if they, like, captured me and put them in a vehicle. I could be doomed.
Come on, dude. Everybody's doing it.
If your friend was getting captured into a car, would you too?
Good. And what about you, James?
I think what James is gonna do is he's gonna try to move back to as far as he can towards the group, and he's gonna, because he sees that something is going on. I think I want to use my photography skill again to use my phone with the zoom function to zoom in and record.
Yeah.
iPhone 11.
Mm-hmm. And Benji, the path the car is parked on, you can easily lean forward, like, towards, like, the front seat and look through the front windshield, and you can see what's happening. And so James, as you zoom in with your phone to get a good look at everyone that has their hoods down, you can now really see everyone that seems to be involved in this plot, or at least the plot related to the movement of Adrenarol. You see Miss Robinson, her pool boy, of course. You see Susana and Patrick Romano, Lawrence and Henry Goodman, and a police officer that maybe you vaguely recognize, but aren't too sure about.
I think he has an idea.
And that's it. That's that group of people. And I mean, they're all people who have been acting shady recently, so you can tell me whether or not you're surprised, but there they are.
No.
And they all seem exhausted. They seem incredibly shaken up and tired after a full day of doing this, presumably. Some of them look like they're, like, blinking, trying to keep their eyes open, except for Miss Robinson, pretty much, who seems to be very composed, and she is holding herself up more upright than you've ever seen her hold herself. In fact, you thought that she, like, needed a cane, but she is, like, she has more vigor than you realize that she's had. She looks around at everyone, and she kind of has, like, an ominous smile about her face. She finally begins talking. Thank all of you for your hard work today. You really came through in a time of need. But I think it's about time for all of you to start heading home. But before we go, I'd like some updates. We had a brief meeting yesterday, but I'd really like for you all to lay it out before me. Where do we stand right now? What's our status? The first person to everyone seems a little bit nervous. They're all kind of shiftily looking at each other. The first person to pipe up is Susana. Her throat sounds really dry. I've been doing some digging. I've been doing some digging, and I think James and Jemiah and Benjamin, and probably Daniel too. They all seem to know something, but I think I have leverage on all of them, and I wouldn't be too worried. But as I reported to you last night, our clients are getting a little worked up, and we don't want another Sheila incident. So, and
One
at that
quick
point,
thing. While this is
yes.
going on, can Daniel have the presence of mind to press record on his phone?
Yeah, why don't you roll, roll stability.
I'm gonna add my last 2 points to it.
Go for it. Okay. So you are recording as well. So now you got 2 angles here. This will be good for the documentary, you know, so like you can get like the multiple angles kind of, but so where were we? Oh yeah, we don't want another Sheila incident. And at that point, Miss Romano cuts her off. Oh, Susana. And she walks forward a little bit and puts her hands behind her back. You know, when I first met you, you were such a sad young girl. You had nothing, you know, you were sharp and you were brave. You had so much potential. You never were good under pressure, though. Still, I had faith. And after losing my whole family, first my husband, and then my daughter, and eventually my son, I started to think of you as a daughter of my own, really, truly. You were like family to me. I made myself vulnerable to you. I shared with you some of my darkest secrets, and you shared me yours. We made promises to each other, if you remember, and Susana, she nods vigorously, but while she does that, like, her body seems to be rocking back and forth, and you can't tell at this point if, like, she's that tired that she's just trying to keep herself awake, or if she's, like, so nervous that she's gonna pass out. We promised each other that we built an empire, and we laid those foundations. At that point, Miss Romano starts kind of like looking at her nails, picking at them a little bit. But there were always cracks in those foundations. And she takes a step closer towards Susana. And time after time, I gave you opportunities to patch them up. But then, and she takes another step towards Susana. She's very close to Susana. But then we lost Putter Palace. And then she takes another step towards Susana. And Susana actually takes a step back at this point because she's getting really close. And then we lost the election. And then she takes yet another step towards Susana. And Susana backs up even further. And she's actually backing up closer and closer towards the ditch that Daniel is hiding in. But still, there's enough distance at this point. And then the whole fucking community center collapses on our watch when we should have, and she takes a step forward, relocated the day you lost that election. poor Edgar over here, and she motions towards her pool boy. Poor Edgar over here has been working day and night to clean up the messes that you've made, that all of you have made. And she turns around and kind of points at everyone. You're right, Susana. You have been doing some digging. You've been digging your grave. And then she shoots Susana in the head, and Susana goes falling back. Daniel.
Yes, hello.
You gonna need another shower, bro?
Daniel, can you roll a conceal?
I only have 1 point left in conceal, and by golly gosh, I'm using it. There was always going to be a time.
Yeah. So, there's a bang, a resonating bang, that is loud, but, you know that probably you wouldn't hear from the lane. There's a silencer of some sort on this gun, some kind of muffler. Maybe she held up a pillow. You don't know. You can't see. You're in a hole, Daniel. And there's right after that bang, there's a splurt of blood that comes raining over you, and then a shadow appears as you see Susana's body falling towards you. And when it hits you, you let out a ugh, and you feel like someone heard that, or someone could have heard that.
I'm not sure which skill this will come under, but I would like to exclaim. And he's gonna do it in a different voice than his own. Hey, I found a £50 note down here.
Oh my gosh, y'all are so messy.
And that, everyone, is Daniel trying to do a Boston accent.
Oh no. You hear Miss Robinson shout towards Edgar, who you've only just first heard the name of, is apparently this pool boy. Edgar, go find out who's down there. But she doesn't seem too troubled.
I throw my foot to the front of the truck and just lay on the horn.
Fucking Lawrence, go shut up, Benjamin. And Lawrence starts moving towards the cars.
I'll put my face up to the window. Hey, I'm hungry.
And and James, you can see Patrick Romano collapse to his knees, and he seems to be like shaking, and you can't really tell what exactly, whether he's like weeping or he's just terrified, or like he's clearly in shock that he just saw his wife get murdered. Daniel, you see um you see the face of Edgar the pool boy look down, and he puts out an arm to take yours to
Yes.
help you up.
I will take his arm, and as he pulls me up, I want to throw him in the hole behind me and run.
Okay.
They have guns. I'm
the old
fucking
switcheroo.
making legs. I'm making legs. Let's go.
Are you do you have any like investigative abilities?
I'm
Or
not sure. Well, I do have athletics,
okay.
but
Yeah, general. Okay.
I also have been gifted this session an auto success, which I've been saving for getting the heck out of Dodge, and I would like to get the heck out of Dodge.
Done.
Yeah.
Auto success on an athletics test. You do you want to describe how you do this? Yeah, why don't you describe
So
it?
like as like I'm gonna take it up like oh thank you. And like as like, he starts pulling me up, as soon as I'm on the edge, I'm just gonna grab his shoulder and sort of like almost do like the dash run. Yeah, like just throw him in and I'm off. Like,
Yeah.
Naruto right out of there, dude.
yeah.
Yeah. And so you yeah, you do that very well. You can run off into the woods. Miss Robinson like whips her head around. She goes, "Ah, fuck, what a shit show." And Benjamin, Lawrence opens the front seat of the car. I guess where you made your way so you can hit that horn. And
Hey, Lawrence.
Benjamin, you need to shut the fuck up. They're gonna kill you.
I was just hungry.
We'll get you food later. These people have guns. Shut the fuck up and get back into the back seat. Buckle your seatbelt and don't move. They will kill you.
Got it. Yeah. I think I just saw that happen to the. Okay.
Yeah. And you could tell you've never seen Lawrence, like his eyes look, and despite how tired he is, he has like these huge dark circles. His face is drenched in sweat and dirt and red dust, and but his eyes are wide open and bloodshot, and he looks like he's in shock. It's very spooky. You've never seen Lawrence like this. He's normally so like just like collected, and in suits and whatnot. So this is very frightening.
I'll hop in the back like he instructed.
Thank you. And he closes the door. They Edgar climbs out of his hole, and he's not chasing after you, Daniel. Miss Robinson kind of like tries to like round everyone up again. So does anyone else have any news that they'd like to share tonight? And Officer McKinley, which is, there's the name. Okay, that was not supposed to go down that way, but there we go. The officer, the mysterious officer, who could it be? James, you're actually able to deduce that it's Officer McKinley with you zoom in on your camera and you recognize his face from when you were going through the police database earlier, because you saw Officer McKinley as the one who was like writing off all these things for Susana, and you looked more into him. You found like his profile and his picture, so you were able to match that face, and it's Officer McKinley, and his voice is quivering as well. He says, yes, we found out that the township, they're going after Peter. It's good news. They're going to pin the community center on Peter. I mean, there's No one looks more guilty than him right now. And then he's like, but people are gonna start asking questions about Susana. What do you want us to do about Susana, Miss Robinson? And she turns towards Patrick, who's still kneeling, and he's actually he's on all fours now. He's actually put his hands on the ground, and it looks like he's heaving. And she walks up to him, and she kind of like tilts his chin up because his head is down. She tilts his chin up with her old wrinkly finger, and she says, Patrick, you're going to tell everyone that Susana, poor Susana, found out about your affair with Sheila. And she ran off in the middle of the night. It's going to be a tragic story. And then she kind of drops his chin, and his head falls back down again. And this is good news, Officer McKinley. It is good news that the township sees who the real villains are. But we must make sure that Peter goes down for this. We must. And so, Lawrence, and she turns towards Lawrence, who's kind of behind her because he was just by the car. You're going to take Peter's case, and you're going to lose. And Henry kind of steps forward. He's kind of been like in the shadows of the circle, trying to keep quiet, not making a lot of noise this whole time. But he steps forward from everyone else. He goes, but Miss Robinson, if Lawrence loses this case, it's going to ruin his name. He doesn't take high profile cases. No one's ever going to hire him again. This is going to be huge. It's going to be a media scandal. And Henry, it is your incompetence, and it's all of your incompetence that got us into this mess. And it will be your incompetence that gets us out. I think we've all had a rough day, to say the least. If any of you spot James, Jemiah, Benjamin, or Daniel, you make sure that they arrive on my doorstep. No injuries, no wounds, no death. They best be pristine. Am I understood? And the whole group kind of murmurs a yes. Very good. Well, I hope you all get some rest tonight. We have a lot of work ahead of us. And she starts heading back towards the car. She walks up. Okay, Daniel, where are you going? You're in the woods. Let's go back to Daniel.
He just
ran off.
He just
I am dipping hard. I'm going straight to the car.
Okay.
Where's Helen been?
Helen was watching the car, right?
Yeah, Helen's been waiting in the car.
I'm gonna like dive across the bonnet clumsily. Think like, Shaun of the Dead style, rather than like any sort of like I don't look professional is what I'm saying. I look clumsy. Diving across the bonnet, getting in the driver's seat, And turning to Helen and being like, Helen, they know all about us. They're here. They've just killed the Romano lady, Susana, and my God, we need to get James and Benji out of there. I left them in the woods near the path. We should be able to drive right up, grab them on the way through, and just dip.
All right, step on it.
And I put my foot down.
Good. Miss Romano. I mean, not Miss Romano. There is no more Miss Romano.
She's dead. She's gone.
And Helen's like shook up. She sees that you're like drenched in blood, Daniel. Like, but
I gotta take off I'm gonna take off my hat and pass it to her and just be like, look, put this on. Get yourself covered up. They don't know about you yet.
All right. She puts on the bloody hat. So Miss Robinson is walking towards her car. She's actually about to open the car door to get presumably get you out of the car, talk to you, Benjamin. I mean, who knows what her is up her sleeve. But before she gets the chance to do whatever she was planning, she notices a pair of headlights speeding up the path. She
before she moves, can I open the door and then leaning back against the other side, just like both feet, like just jack up the inside of this door, and because she was reaching for the car door, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like propel this door into her, knock her down.
Okay. Yeah, can you make an athletics roll?
Yes, I can. I'm gonna put 5 points into it.
Ooh! My God, are you still on the crack?
He's been saving those.
Man. I got 8 points in athletics.
Oh boy.
I love I believe at the beginning
I
of the
rolled a
season.
6, so I got an 11.
I think at the beginning of the season, Jay told us that 5 is a ridiculous amount of points, isn't it, or something like that. 5 is really, really good. Any more than that is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
We went there.
Because like the average difficulty of a roll is like 4 as a pass, so but so by 5 that means like it's almost, for most rolls it's like pretty much like an auto success. But she's opening the door, and she's not like she's not opening it with much force. She's just kind of like normally as you would open a door, but you come in with like all the strength in your thighs and calves, sending her back. And she's still old, she's stronger than you thought she was, but she's still old. She goes tumbling back, and at first you see Edgar like rush towards her to like help her get up, but then you see him back up as he sees these headlights just zooming up, and in the blink of an eye there's a crunch. I think we're gonna leave it
You
there.
just killed her, bro.
Oh my God!
Gee.
As soon as I get my hands untied, we're gonna high five it.
I mean, like, did she hit
Combo.
the ground? Or was this like ping pong, or did she hit the ground and then I run her over? Like, oh, anyway.
You don't do things in a small way, do you?
Well, yeah. She when you kicked the door back, she fell down and fell back into the middle of the road, and she was slowly getting up. And
I hope she's got them Jackie Chan maneuvers.
She don't. She
I don't
don't.
think she does.
so, that's this week's episode of Affair on Poplar Lane.
We did it.
Damn, Jay. Yeah, we did it.
We did it.
Amazing. Hang on a minute. I'm like hot as anything in here. Give me a second.
Me too, actually. You know, it's like kind of chilly outside, but for some reason my room is like stifling.
You were wearing that hoodie over your suit, dude?
Hi.
Oh,
Quick change, you know? Quick
man.
change Spider-Man. Oh my god. Okay, so, we have credits, so we'll be rolling credits. Be sure to check out everyone around the screen. You can see their Twitter handles above their faces. That is an underscore in the gap between Ascension and Matt there. It's a little faint, but you can see it. Also, check out our social links. You can find us on Twitter, Discord, and YouTube. Also, check out our sponsors. We are sponsored by Mage Hand Press, who make a bunch of expansions for 5e, and the Deck of Many, who make a Deck of Many things, and the Deck of Many animated spell cards. And you can go and check those out too. Thank you so much for coming along. We will be back next week. Until then, keep on evoking emotions, and we'll see you in a couple of hours for Daenerys. See you later.
Bye,
Oh,
guys.
we're definitely using that Romano raid cry. Yes, that one. See you in a bit. Bye.